Unique Noise presents Who Are You? Where we interview you and get to know you on a deeper level with your hosts Joel and
Sam.
this time around, where's the quote, Sam?
I have it.
Oh, okay. This time around, we're back to the other swap where
Back to our old shenanigans.
Sam reads the quote.
Yeah, and the quote today is from Diana Ross. And the quote is, "You can't just sit there and wait for people to give you that golden dream. You've got to get out there and make it happen yourself."
Please don't confuse it with the golden shower because
That's very different, golden thing. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about kind of like career stuff in general later with the side quest there, and this quote kind of reached out to me a little bit, and it was something that I was kind of already thinking independently, which was just about like all the projects that I'm like, oh, I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this and I want to do this, and I'm like,
Now I just have to wait for.
no, like I have to be the person to initiate all of those things. Like I have to be that person.
Yeah.
And I do know that, but it's also an exhausting position to be in because it's just the
It's a daunting position.
no, it's exhausting and daunting. Yeah, where I'm like, well, I'm already doing all this shit. So then I'm like, the thought of adding on extra stuff and cutting into any available free time that I have to do more stuff, I'm kind of like, well, I don't know. But I do want this stuff to happen, so I'm going to push through it. So like, for example, like I spent most of the time, like when I'm driving home from work, I'm listening to podcasts and stuff and just kind of like getting out of my own head in sorts. And today I spent a lot of time working on music in the car, which was I think better than not, but then also I think just made the drive more exhausting for me because I was doing work and then also making sure that I'm not crashing into people.
Yeah, I'm like, were you driving?
Yes, I was driving. So just like that whole multitasking thing or whatever, but I do agree with it where it's like if you want to do something and you want something done, you are the best person to get that done. If you have a vision or if you have a goal or whatever, like you are that person. But it's not fun. I like teamwork.
Teamwork is always more interactive, more fun, more.
Well, many hands make little work. So like the more people you have on something, the less work it feels like it is. But finding people to do that work is also difficult.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you might have to repeat the quote again so I can talk about it. But
Yeah, no, I was just gonna
hand it to me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. So, golden dream, I would assume, is like your life's goal kind of thing.
Well, whatever you
Yeah,
define it
like
as,
your
right? Yeah.
career goal, your a specific goal. Yeah, for the most part, everything you would want to do is inevitably up to you to decide to take that first step. Whether that step is you deciding to do it on your own or you deciding to do it as a group, you have to take that first step. So
Right.
it's like you have to want it.
Right.
So yeah, for the most part, makes sense. I mean, it's not something where it's like you dwell on like, should I start it, or it's not one of those like, I'll do it tomorrow kind of thing,
Right.
or and then tomorrow comes in and it's like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's like over the weekend.
Right.
The weekend comes and goes, and it's like, next weekend.
Yeah. Well, that kind of reminds me of like the what is that? Like New Year's resolution shit.
Yeah.
Where you wait for January 1st and you're like, "All right, now I'm going to start doing this shit.
Hmm.
Now I'm going to start like making sure that this is a priority or whatever." And I feel like for the most part it doesn't work because I think the best way to actually make some sort of change like that is you're like tomorrow or today. And if it's not today or tomorrow, then we're fucked.
Yeah. So everyone listening, make a New Year's resolution, but make it for today.
Make a May year's May.
In June.
Yeah,
This will be out in June.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Make a June year's resolution. It's exactly 6 months into the year.
January resolution. We're halfway through the year.
We are. That's kind of crazy to think about. So our first episode with a stranger came out today.
That it did.
Which I'm happy about. I wish I wasn't sick when I edited it, because I probably would have given it more attention. But as well, I guess I'll let everybody else know too. But as you know, Joel, I had a root canal last week, and that was not super fun. I also am 99.9% sure that I was fighting off an infection afterwards, which was also not super fun. Spent a couple days in bed, canceled one of our recordings, and
Twice.
yeah, and yeah, I am finally back to a point where like I did a workout today, which I haven't done since.
Brave.
Yeah, and I did a very light workout, but it was just more of like,
Good.
all right, like let's ramp back up into it kind of thing.
Because technically, one thing they don't tell you, but they probably should, depending on how it was done, maybe, is you should not work out, or at least not work out where you get pressure going up to your head.
Right.
Because then any opening or anything that they
So
did could reopen.
I'm done, I think, with the healing process at this point, where my antibiotics are gone. I've been through all those. I'm not in any pain, so I'm not taking any pain medication. There's no swelling or anything like that. And yeah, I'm seemingly back to normal. The only thing I'm waiting on is next week I have my crown coming in, which was custom. It's gold plated. There's 7 diamonds on it, I believe. And it, of course, it's a tooth in the back of my mouth, so it's like all that stuff's going to be really noticeable. No,
they're all custom.
So. Right. So the fun So the funny thing about that was, the assistant was trying to match like the color palette to like where my current teeth are, and she's asking me in between like a couple of different shades. I'm like, I don't care. I'm like, if there's not a price difference between these two things, I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm like, you're putting this thing in the back of my mouth. Like literally the farthest place that it could be from any person's vision. I don't care. Make it like fuck. I don't care what color it is. Like make it yellow. I don't care.
I don't know. I open my mouth a lot, so people can see mine.
All the way in the back?
Yeah.
Okay.
When I laugh loud,
I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be able to see that. But I get it. Whatever. Shut up.
I mean, I picked my colors. I'm like, that one looks good. I went a bit lighter just in case my teeth whitened, but
So how you been, man? I haven't seen you for a couple weeks.
let's see. Same old, same old. Wrapping up the school year, so I'm taking a nice summer vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And then, depending on how certain things go, I might be back at the post office.
Okay.
So that would be fun and interesting. Let's see. I guess I did watch a movie while we were away from each other. Or maybe not. Mortal Kombat 2? Did we talk about that?
No, we did
Okay.
that.
So I watched Mortal Kombat 2.
Uh-huh.
I was going to watch the Mandalorian movie
Okay.
this weekend, but that fell through.
Okay.
Um, and instead of watching that, ended up having I do not know what they call it, but it was a bunch of like Japanese sliced meat, kind of almost like Korean barbecue, but you're just grilling kind of Japanese cut meat. There was pork belly, tongue, and short rib.
Is that like that one place, like you grill it yourself kind of
Yeah.
thing?
Mhm.
That Gayu something. Gaia. Gaia. Gaia Kenshi.
Sure.
Oh fucking no. Right, like isn't that a place? Don't we have one in Victoria Gardens here?
I don't know.
Isn't
I'm gonna
there
let you look that up. 'Cause
Yeah,
I wouldn't even know how to begin to look that.
Okay, but so you had a good time?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. Other than that, there was a bunch of graduations going on. My cousin's graduation is tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. uh,
Yeah,
graduation
Gayu
party.
Kaku?
Gyukaku?
Gyokaku? Yeah.
Yeah,
Where they
Gyukaku.
give you a bunch of raw meat and then you have to cook it yourself and then for some reason you still have to tip the server even though nobody did anything for you.
I mean, they
Except
brought
for-
you the meat.
Yeah, well I could have
You could have
just
what? Grabbed the meat yourself?
yeah, like if they're just gonna be throwing out meat on a plate, I would just grab it myself and then bring it back to my table and grill it myself. That's why I don't like going there, because I'm like, who's this tip for? I'm like, I'm doing everything.
Right now they're bringing the meat to you.
That's barely anything. That's
They're
barely
serving you. They're
anything.
bringing you the drinks.
Cool. But again, like,
That's service.
but then
Tip very little if you want,
again,
but it's still tippable.
it's the you're also tipping for like the cook, so it's like the cook is like, no, I didn't cook it. You cook it. And you're like, well, then what
No,
the fuck are
they
you
cut
here
it.
for?
They prepped it.
No, I don't. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
What are you talking about?
Cook my food for me. I don't. Like, why am I going to a restaurant to cook for myself? I could do that at home. That's dumb. It's a gimmick, and they're getting everybody. Although, if somebody else is gonna cook at the table, I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't want to cook while I'm out. That's weird. We're not camping. We have a stove at home.
And then
Why
get,
are we?
get your meat, cut it yourself, prep it yourself, and then
That's what I'm saying. I would just go to the market and get meat. Why am I going to a restaurant where they're like, well, you can cook it here? I'm like, no, I can cook at home. You cook for me while I'm at the restaurant. That's the whole point.
not for that one.
Boycott. Let's shut them down. All right, unique noisers. Let's shut them down. No, I don't care.
No, we're gonna be split on this.
That's fine. We've ordered them before. Anyways, continue.
No, I'm pretty sure that's about it.
So, did you like Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, it was a fun movie.
All
Definitely
I
better than the first one.
all I know is everybody dies.
No,
Yeah, they do.
no one
Lots,
dies. No one
lots.
dies in Mortal Kombat.
Shut the fuck up. Everybody fucking dies in that movie.
No.
Everybody gets fucking murked.
No, time travel exists. Where are
Time
you
travel
going?
exists. Where are you going? Where and when? None of your actions. Yeah. Okay. That was great. But yeah, no, I know spoilers about all the new movies out and stuff, and I don't care. But
Because you watched it or because you read it?
read and yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But that's the thing is like I don't care because all that's going to do is pave the road for me to just enjoy the film instead of trying to be like overcritical about like oh I don't know why they did this like during the film instead of
Sam.
just being like being there.
Shut your brain off.
Yeah, I gotta know what's happening in order to do that. That's the problem.
Shut your brain off and enjoy the ride. That's what I did.
Yeah. No, that is what I do after I find out what's happened already. Because then there's no like. I mean, there's certain stuff where you're like, all right, well, there's a twist in this movie, so you kind of have to go in blind, right? Everything else, I'm kind of like, no, just tell me what's happening, because I'm gonna enjoy it.
The fate of the world is
Right.
at stake, and
But the less I know about what actually happens in terms of details, that all that stuff just like that occupies my brain the whole time that I'm watching something, and then I'm not enjoying the movie. I'm just trying to figure shit out.
Hmm.
So, if I already know what's happening, then I can just enjoy the movie instead of being like, "What's gonna happen? Oh, I think gonna be oh, no, no, just enjoy the fucking movie." Spoilers are great. Nice. We'll have to make a shirt like that.
but yeah, I enjoyed it, and I like how they introduced the concept of necromancy
Mm-hmm.
and bringing people back to life.
Oh, that's what that is. Not having sex with dead people.
Right.
Got it. Sorry, I'm just getting prepped for the next season because it's gonna be
Of necrophilia.
no, no. Maybe
What season?
our next season for the show.
Okay. So not the show necrophilia.
No, no.
Okay.
The Who Are You next season.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be. I mean, I don't want to give a ton away, but it's just gonna be really sexual all the time.
I mean, I don't doubt it. There's a bed in your room we haven't used yet.
Right. We'll get to that. Okay, but show notes. So that's what I've kind of been thinking for like the next season is the Who Are You in bed, where we do a like this big rant on how like everything's gonna be like sexual conversations and stuff like that, but then we don't actually change anything.
So almost like a
Like a fake out.
Who Are You After Dark.
Yeah, and then like, but it'll be like a in bed, and then it's like, yep, we're doing this new season where like everything's gonna be sexual, blah 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 blah, and then like nothing is actually sexual, or any more sexual than is already. So it's just kind of
Let's
like
make
a
it
bit.
less sexual than what we already.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a bit. Yeah. Or I figure maybe we can look up topics and stuff for
To help everyone sleep better.
well like either sleep methods or like sexual intimacy, but then talking about it in very like PG.
Using words like intercourse
Yeah. We could take the
versus intracourse.
we can take the explicit content tag off for that season. Uh,
I feel like we can only pull off a couple episodes like that.
Yeah, same. Same. But I feel like that's kind of like our charm. It's the yeah.
Trying new things.
Oh yeah, so here's a new shirt. A little different.
Yeah. Interesting.
But yeah, I gave up on the eco-friendly stuff because their proportions were not great.
The bamboo? Or what was it?
No, it was like recycled cotton or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So it was like eco-friendly cotton.
Shredded clothes.
Yeah, so I've got 3 shirts that are larges, but I don't know. Like, if you want them, you can have them. We can take a look at them, but they ride up a little. They're a little short. For me.
Like tummy wise right up?
Yeah.
Or everything right up?
No, just like lengthwise. Like, they're not as long as the other shirts that I've been getting.
Okay.
So, like, if I put my arms up, my stomach's showing.
Ah.
Which I'm not a huge fan of, personally.
I don't mind, but I also prefer not to.
Right.
Like, if I need to put my arms up, I'm like, fuck you. You guys fucking seen tummies before.
Well, yeah, so if you want 3 free shirts, like, you can have them. That's really, like, the point. Is if you want 3 shirts that are not going to go out to the public, you can have those.
Back on topic.
Back on topic. What are we doing?
We are going on a quest. It seems like, unless you have something else to talk about.
I honestly don't. There hasn't been, like, a ton of... I've been sick.
Sick.
I've been sick.
That's your excuse, eh?
I haven't done shit. I've been sick. I sweated through all my sheets and stuff, so I got all that stuff washed, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Nice.
Yeah, it was not like a super. I have not been having a good time since we last talked.
That you have, though.
I haven't, and
I can picture it now.
I was just hoping that I would lose more weight, just like, because I didn't.
No, you
eat,
don't lose weight when
no,
you're sick.
No, but I didn't eat anything
It don't matter.
for a couple days. Like, one day I had 2.
Your stomach still eats.
No, but I had 2 saltine crackers and maybe like a 4th cup of rice. That was like my meal one day, for the entire day. And the only thing about that I was like, I'm like, oh, thank God, I didn't throw up. That was the biggest thing, because I was throwing up after the procedure.
Now, to talk more about this throw up,
Mm-hmm.
was it projectile vomiting or was it just blah?
It was projectile, but mainly because I was drinking a lot of water.
Okay.
So, because that was the only thing that like I could do at the time, and I think what happened was I swallowed a lot of stuff at the dentist that I was not supposed to. And hear me out. So I had 2 different dental assistants, and sorry if that's not the correct term to use for them, but
I think it is.
that's what they do, right? So they're assisting the dentist. They're not dentists. The first one I had was, I think, very vigilant with the suction, making sure that they were cleaning out all the areas while it was being worked on. The second person I had kind of felt like they were phoning it in a little bit, just holding it in one spot, and I'm like, I'm choking. Like, I'm swallowing stuff that I probably shouldn't be swallowing, right? Blood and whatever else is going on, chemicals and stuff, because they were doing um, my little temporary, I don't know what it is. So
The
with
numbing?
the root
The numbing
canal,
gel?
like no. So like they're building out basically like the base for the crown.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're
You're basically swallowing chips of your teeth.
yeah, and numbing agent and a bunch of other shit that they're putting in there,
Which
chemical,
numbing agent is
whatever
fine for you.
chemicals and stuff.
Yeah, I
Right.
don't think
So
they do any other chemicals.
yeah, there was several different things that he put in my mouth that were not like supposed to be swallowed. I think,
Mm.
and my stomach caught on to that
Sure.
because it wasn't just numbing agent. It was
Again, me pausing is me trying to think how it was for mine,
yeah.
but I don't.
There
think
was
that
there was
was
some
it.
sort of kind of like a filler product or something, and there's other shit going on in there. There were like 3 or 4 different things that were happening.
They did kill your nerve, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, no, there was a lot of digging around and stuff,
Yeah.
like 2 people's hands in your mouth, sort of thing. Yeah, pushing you down by your mouth.
Yeah. So if anything, they fill it up with like that cement stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So that's kind of like what I have now, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, so the second assistant that I had was not doing a super good job, so I was swallowing a lot. Like more than you should be swallowing while somebody has
That's when you tap them.
like suction in your mouth, right?
I would have tapped them. I'm like,
Yeah. And I was just trying to keep my mouth open because I have a small mouth. So somebody with big hands who's like, open your mouth wider, I'm like, do you not have tools to do this? Like, I can't do
only
it
when
anymore.
you're asleep.
No, but I'm like, if I'm awake, I'm like, use the fucking thing. Make my mouth open. I'm like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I've been here for 4 hours. I can't hold it open.
Such a pussy. I did it.
No, but the thing is, it's like, I
It
was
hurt afterwards.
so I was opening it as wide as I could, and they're like, "Oh, wider." I'm like, "How? My mouth is the size that it is. It can't go wider. You need to work around the parameters of this shit." I'm like, "I have a small mouth. You need to fucking figure this out." Ugh. So yeah, I swallowed a bunch of shit. Is basically what it was, and I knew while it was happening, I knew after it was happening, and I knew while I was throwing up that it was like that was kind of like the stuff that was there was stuff settling in my stomach that I knew I was like I gotta get this shit out of me,
Mhm.
and I think my entire body was working for that with that goal in mind. So I threw up quite a bit. So when I finally had 2 saltine crackers and a little like 4th cup of rice, I was like, oh thank God, we're 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 on the other side of this now. Oh thank God, like I can put food in my mouth again. And then
you threw
everybody
up
was like,
later that day.
no, everybody was just kind of like soup, 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 and I'm like, everything online is telling me that I'm not supposed to be having like extremes of cold or hot in my mouth right now. Period.
Don't listen to that.
Well, I did because my dentist didn't tell me anything.
That's when you call your dentist.
Yeah, all they told me was like, you don't smoke, right? And I'm like, nope. And they're like, you're good.
Yeah, you should have just asked your dentist afterwards.
Yeah, I was having a hard time calling them while I was like fighting the infection without antibiotics in my bed for a couple days. Because they called me too, and they're like, I just want to see how you're doing. I'm like, I'm not fucking talking to you right now.
And that was your perfect time to ask.
No, I was fucking dying. I was like, no, this
Yeah,
is it.
perfect time to ask.
So yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all I got.
All
Let's quest.
right. To the quest of clarity. Question number 1. How does your current job align with your long-term career goals.
Guess money.
I heard it here, folks.
Well,
Money's the important thing.
I think money and just I guess management would be like whether because I'm not necessarily managing employees necessarily, but just self management where I have clients that I have and I stay on top of all of their orders and all the stuff that I need to do for them, which I guess is just helpful practice
Yeah.
for just like being on top of my shit at work.
Yeah. So when you get clients that ask for jingles, just start producing them.
Oh, that would be nice. Speaking of that, so I did talk to one of our delivery drivers. I won't say what company he works for, just out of the sake of privacy. But so like
The brown truck.
one of those trucks, right? So
That's my guess. Huh?
he and I had a conversation maybe about a week or two ago, and I forget how it came up, but music came up, and I was like, oh hey, like I make music, blah blah blah, blah. Like check me out. So I put him onto like the website for music and the podcast and stuff. Um,
And then he comes back and says, "What the
yeah, no.
fuck is that
The next
shit?"
time I saw him, he's like, oh, I listened to some of your music, and I was like, oh, sick. I was like that like thank you, like that's really nice, or whatever. Like thanks for taking the time, and he was basically just like, yeah, not my thing. He's like, it's too happy, and I'm like, what?
But I did all the songs when I was depressed.
Yeah, so it was definitely like a weird juxtaposition of I was like, huh. I'm like, well, and I think
I know why he's saying it
Well-
because it does sound happy.
well, I think some of the tones that I use are
Yeah.
a little more
Higher,
cheerful.
higher cheerful.
Yeah,
type
but
stuff.
the melodies are not necessarily. And depending on like where you jump into like that catalog, so like if you start at the beginning, you probably get more happier stuff, and the further you get into like I think that discography, like the later stuff is less happy than like the previous stuff, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
the later stuff is more like you're in a sewer and it's dripping. Like doom, 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 doom.
Sure.
Trust me, that's what it sounds.
But yeah, so I was flattered and confused and honored at the same time. So that was fun. But yeah, I do think my current work just helps me keep organized with I guess just like managing in general, professionally speaking.
Hmm.
How about yourself?
Same-ish, but actually managing people
Yeah.
because I'm managing little kids.
Yeah. Which is almost the same as like 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's great because it's only like 2 hours, so it's
That is kind of like the dream.
with one actual hour of kids, and then the other hour is kind of split between the very beginning, where we're prepping to the area for the kids, and then the last one where we're discussing like what would we have done better if something went wrong or anything
Mhm.
like that, like just like a sit rep of what happened.
That's good. So somebody actually gives a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I would say it's just that, just a better way of like, and a quicker way of actually going through that.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas most jobs, because they're 8 hours, it's like you're doing that throughout the whole day. This is like a pop, pop, pop.
Right.
So it's more quick paced, if anything.
Right.
Especially if you get one of the kids that injure themselves. I'm like, well, shit.
He didn't show up today.
Just toss them over the wall into a neighbor's. It's like who? Sam's bathroom break, brought to you by June Shine, the shine that keeps on shining throughout the month of June, which is this month. So if you guys like kombuchas, I believe is how it's pronounced, go ahead and get your June Shine this month. Only this month. Because after it, it'll be July. And there's no July shines. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
What would make you walk away from a high paying job? And what does this reveal about your priorities?
I think if I had like a really high paying job doing whatever, right? Like any sort of corporate whatever. And somebody pitched the idea for me to make a decent living or honest wages, whatever, however you'd like to describe it, doing a podcast and making music full time, there would be no question. Like, I would happily take a pay cut to do this full time and to make a wage where it could like take care of everything. Is that not the question?
I don't think so. I mean, I would see if you could interpret it that way.
Read the question again.
Oh, actually, no, yeah. Because it's what would it make you walk away from it? So having an opportunity to do another job that's low paying, but it's something that you like, would be a way of
100%.
walking away from it.
Yeah, I would walk away from almost any job if I could do
Yeah, because the way I saw it
my
was
passions.
a high paying job where you would have to do something negative would make me walk away from it rather than saying like, oh, there's another opportunity, I would take that instead of the high paying job.
I can see both of those
Yeah,
things
yeah, yeah.
because
That's why I was like,
yeah,
that's the way I interpreted it, and you interpreted it there's another opportunity.
yeah. I think well, so just to kind of I guess piggyback off of that, and then you can kind of say the same exact thing. Um, I do think that if I was at a company that was doing like really shitty things, then at that point it would be like I don't care if I'm unemployed, like I can't be here anymore. Like if there's like really shitty practices and like really shitty behavior and like yeah, I feel like at a certain point like my moral compass will just break at a certain point and then I'm like I can't fucking be here anymore cuz I'm like I tried to bend through your rules and your practices and stuff, but it's like you guys are just pieces of shit and I just can't be here. I can't do it. Sorry.
Yeah. That's technically how it was for me, which is happy I got laid off from that position. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah, we talked about it before where it's like there's certain rules where it's like that you didn't want to bend but had to.
Yeah.
And I was like, it made me work less efficiently, but I still worked, which is why I'm happy I got laid off instead of me quitting because I was like, oh, at least I'm out.
Right.
But yeah, that is kind of how like I said, I saw the question was like, because even then, like, let's say I went into like a non-profit organization and it was like a fucking shitty job that was just trying to get money from government and not doing the actual job.
Right.
Or it's like, okay, why the fuck am I here? Like I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Right.
Because like if I were to go to a nonprofit job, which is something I've looked into, but like I don't know where to start with it. in terms of like me going in and figuring out if they're the right fit for me, kind of thing. But especially like with the homeless stuff, where it's like you hear all these like companies that are supposedly doing stuff for the homeless, but they're not really. They're just pocketing money.
Right, which
And
is easy.
yeah, so I'm like, yeah, if I found out I was working for something like that, I would just straight up walk away and even probably just whistle blow, if anything. Um, or you know, like even with like higher corporations, where it's like some of the practices I would think are shitty, and that's when I would leave. But honestly, don't even know like what kind of corporation I would leave like that.
Most of them, I
No,
feel
because
like, operate that way.
well, yeah, once you I guess get to higher up, you might see it more often than not. The lower end, you'll just see like probably just shitty working conditions.
Well, yeah, that's just like,
But shitty working conditions are kind of everywhere,
well,
kind of thing.
it's the product or the byproduct of being in business. Like,
Yeah,
you can't have good. Well, you probably can, but like most companies do not operate under the consensus of like, oh well, we should make sure everybody at the bottom of our company is being well taken care of. They're
yeah.
like, no,
The only
just hire more people.
yeah, and this is where I get to the whole like minimum payment thing, because once you start increasing minimum payment, companies will be like, okay, now we want to squeeze out the most we can from the one person that we have to pay a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I feel like if you bring down the minimum payment to where they can offer more stuff, more benefits, more anything else, like it frees up that stuff if you're paying less. But now again, it's that balancing act where it's like how less can you go where the person can still make a living, kind of thing.
Right.
Um, because overall, the higher ups aren't, most of them will not give up their pay to increase the people below's pay.
Almost never, ever, ever.
Yeah. The only one that technically did it, noteworthy wise, would have been, I think, Nintendo.
Or Sam Weston at EQ.
No. You didn't lower your payment, you forewent more pay.
I did. Well, I just, yeah.
The,
I mean,
the Nintendo,
yeah, we don't need to get
one of
into
the
all that
CEO
again.
from Nintendo's cut his pay because they did poorly at one point.
Gotcha.
Uh, and just I can't remember if it was the Wii U portion of that time or
It
something
was.
else.
It was definitely Wii U.
Yeah.
Because they went Wii U, or
They went Wii, then
Wii U, and then Switch. Switch was a blowout.
Yeah.
Wii U was the flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I can't think of any other like bigger corporation that was like, you know what, I'm taking a pay cut because we didn't perform.
No, you just blame everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, it's not my fault. It's the guy who came before me. He set me up for failure. So like, I'm doing the best with what I got.
But yeah, though, I think those are like the bigger ones for me. Is
That's good. That's good. Let's move on.
yeah,
Talking about work is
it's tiring.
even like hypothetical work is exhausting. God.
It's fun for me. All right, we're doing one of each, right? Of these bold
just
questions.
two.
Is it two?
Just two.
So two of the same one then?
Two of whatever.
Okay.
So you can pick just two of the cards. Period.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one I picked, y'all, is if you had to commit a crime, who would you call for help and why?
Oh, 1000% I'd call Andrea. And the reason why is because I know if I called her to commit a crime, like together, and we had actually like planned it out, The reason I would call her is because I know we would get away with it. Or
there's another person? Or there's another Y?
No, I'd call Godinez. If like okay, so like between the two, right? Like I'd call Godinez because I'm like, all right, well, one, I feel like he already has a portfolio of people who's like, he's like, this situation is gone. We're gonna disappear this situation. Whatever fucking crime's going on, disappeared. Also, not saying anything. Also, blood pact. Like
Okay.
now we're blood brothers, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I imagine that would be kind of the thing. What about you?
Let's see. If I had to commit a crime, I would probably get a hold of. I don't know.
Alex?
No. He'd crack.
No, yeah, he'd turn you in. He's a good boy.
Other than that, like he would crack. He would crack any under any pressure.
That's what I'm saying. He's a good boy. You can't trust him. Well, not for that stuff.
Like it wouldn't even be like we completed the crime and then he cracked. It's he would crack before we even started.
Mid crime or before crime, you get arrested. Yeah, I get it.
Like, who would I call? I don't have anyone I could trust other than myself.
So would you?
With the crime.
So would you call yourself from the future?
Like, how'd you get away from this?
Like, hey, I need some help. You're the only one I can bring in.
How did you get caught? That way I don't do the same thing you did. Let's see. Because even then, I now have to think like what the crime would be, kind of thing.
No, I don't think so. You need to know who your ride or dies are. You don't think you could call Godinez too?
No.
No?
They already got a file on him.
I guess depending on what you did, depending on what kind of crime it is.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like I have to think of
call
like
me
what kind
for sure.
What kind of crime it is. Like if it's a cyber crime, I can definitely call someone for that. But if it's like a heist of some sort,
Okay, well then
Or if
let's
it's
do
a-
cybercrime. So who would you call for cybercrime?
I would call. I won't give his name away, but he is a friend.
Timmy.
Tim. We'll call him Tim. But he works in IT.
That's where the T comes from.
That's where the T comes from.
Intelligent Tim.
Mm-hmm.
IT.
But yeah, it would definitely be that for that. That way we can cover most of our tracks and make off with a bunch of Bitcoin.
Okay, but what about murder?
Moida.
NSA, pay attention.
I would get a hold of Sergeant Tim.
Is that for ex commanding officer?
Sergeants aren't officers, but sure.
Sure.
Well,
That.
technically, I guess they are. They're non-commissioned officers.
Non-commissioned? They're basically grunts. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. I don't know. Apologies.
But yeah.
Long of America.
Yeah, I would call Sergeant Tim, and then he would hopefully at least have a way to dispose of slash make sure no one knows kind of thing.
I mean, I feel like if you and I are ever involved in some sort of murder, we'll just hide out in the sewers or something. We'll be homeless. It's fine. We'll figure it out.
No, I'm not your ride or die.
No, I'm saying if we have a guest on and we both commit murder, I mean,
don't add the we part.
we
I would have witnessed you commit murder.
no. No, they would irk both of us. They would have gotten both of us. Anyways, next question.
How likely to get caught would you be?
For whatever crime that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Not to sound like a complete asshole, but like I think it would take like a really, really dedicated detective. I think. Only because I know a lot about, I guess, like tactics that are used for crimes and stuff. Just by like watching shit, and I don't mean to sound like oh I know how to create or I know how to get away with the perfect crime. It's just like I know that there are certain things that you don't do, like you don't keep your cell phone on you while you're getting rid of a body, like things like that where I feel like a lot of people get caught doing like dumb shit.
You don't record yourself.
Right, you don't record yourself talking about how you'd get away with it. Yeah. Like shit like that where I just feel like I would think that I would play it smart. And if I had an accomplice of some sort, I feel like we would probably be smarter about it. I don't know. So maybe I'd get away with it for a while. But
you would eventually get caught.
Well, my thing is like I think everybody kind of eventually gets caught. There's very, very, very few exceptions. Like everybody eventually gets caught.
In this day and age, probably.
Right. Like cuz let's say
back in the days of unsolved murders.
Right. Like 80s, 90s, right?
You have more of a chance.
Now I feel like if I committed murder or something like that, right? Or something that like drew attention in a big way. If I left the country, like withdrew all of my funds from my bank accounts and stuff, like only had cash, like zero digital following for me in a distant country, well, there's the fucking TV. So now there's like some fucking A&E fucking show on Hulu or some shit where some local sees it and then they see me and they're like, you look like that guy I just saw on this weird thing about murderers who got away on streaming.
As you're wearing your glasses with the big fake nose and a mustache.
Right. And they're like, you look a little familiar. Gonna dig into this just a little bit, and then like that's all it takes. Because I feel like if you're gonna create or if you're gonna commit like criminal activity like that, like especially in terms of like murder or like super burglary or whatever, like people are not gonna stop looking for you. Well, yeah. So you have to either go somewhere 1000% remote, or you can't go outside anymore. You have to have a proxy.
Fake your own death.
Right. So like I'll hire you to come with me, and then you just go out and get like food and drinks and stuff and bring it back to wherever. Because then nobody's like, oh, well, we don't know who this guy is. He didn't kill anybody.
You'd have to pick someone else. They'd trace.
No. I would liquefy the fucking podcast. No,
you heard it here first, folks. Yeah, download the episodes before he decides to.
There'd be no trace. There'd be no trace. What about you?
As I mentioned, in this day and age, I'm pretty sure I would get caught. So the only choice is to turn myself in to lessen the sentencing.
This is what happens when you serve in the military. You've been brainwashed.
No, I don't know. Depending on what it was, like I said, the cybersecurity stuff probably would be fine because the person I would have helping me is already paranoid enough to watch his back door.
As all as all people should be. Protect your back doors, people.
Yep. But in case of murder, depending on how it actually goes down, because there are ways to make it untraceable, but again,
Icicles.
it not only that, but other ways. Um, and it would have to be random. Like it couldn't be a person I would know, kind of thing.
Right, and
Because then
that,
you can trace everything back to like who does this person know and da, da,
right.
da, da, da. It would have to be just a random person.
But then at that point, what's the point?
The thrill of it.
But what thrill is there in killing somebody you don't know?
I can
What's the
see
point?
people having thrills on just murdering people for the sake of murdering people.
Play Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of actually killing somebody that you don't know? Like, now you're just setting yourself up for a lifetime of stress for no
Well,
reason.
I would say there's multiple goals. So, like, let's say it was more targeted towards a specific group. In this case, since we already talked about homeless, and you want to get rid of homeless population, so your idea is let's murder all the homeless people.
You know, you're onto something there. I think we should.
See? But again, it would be someone I don't know.
I might retitle this the murder episode.
We're talking about crimes now, so yeah.
Well, we're talking about murder specifically.
Which is a crime. I don't know. I also talked about cybersecurity.
No, that's
stuff,
fine.
So,
Murder's more prevalent.
yeah, but like that kind of thing, where it's like it's still someone you don't know, but now you have like a goal in mind, where it's like get rid of that, or even the whole. What's the other one? Get rid of all the bad drivers, kind of thing, where it's like, oh, this guy cut me off. Write down his license plate, and now you know basically everything where that car is gonna be. And there's your next Moida victim.
See that's fucking crazy, right? Like people who do stuff like that out in public and like on the freeways and stuff, where you're like, your license plate is traceable. Like, what are you like? Why are you unnecessarily being an asshole for? Like, I can write down your license plate number or take a picture of it or get a copy of it from my dash cam, and I can fuck your life up. Like, that's not fucking cool.
Because technically, you can send that to the police, and as long as it's recorded that he did commit said infraction, they can give him a ticket.
Yeah.
I mean, you would also have to show the video of that is him because they can technically
Right. Like, it
say
could
like
be
I
somebody
wasn't
else.
driving that
Yeah,
day.
somebody else driving the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, on to the next.
Are we doing both color?
Yeah, both same color.
Okay.
I'm like, it's two. There's two left of each, so might as well. What do you wish people recognized more about you?
Gross.
Your long, flowing hair.
Yeah, no, that's usually a first thing. I don't know, man. I would like to be recognized as like a good person of some sorts, but I am also realistic enough to know that,
That you're a terrible person.
well, that I'm not necessarily like a good person, right? Like I have my flaws and my shortcomings and everything.
Hmm.
Um, so I guess just like, wait, say the question one more time.
What do you wish people recognize more about you?
I think just an honest depiction. Like I would
So that you're honest?
no, like an honest depiction of who I actually am versus, regardless of like what I say or what other people say about me, I feel I would really like for people to just see me as I am. Like I do.
As you see yourself.
No, no, no. No, no, no. Not even how I see myself, because I feel like how I see myself is flawed and also uh, tainted in a way, right?
Mhm.
Because I would like for myself to be better than what I am. So I see myself in a different lens. I want people to see me in like 100% honesty of like, well, he's all right. He's trying, but he's not great. And he's doing some good, but he's also kind of like a dick. Like, I just want just the truth. Just the honest truth. That's what I would like.
Sure.
Because honestly, like in turn, I think that will help me with my own self identity, selfishly. Because then I'm like, oh well, this is the general consensus. I'm like, okay, I can see this, and this, and this from their perspective, and I'm like, and I understand why they're thinking this way or why they would see me this way, and I'm like, okay, cool, I understand that. As opposed to me just being like off in la la land, being like, oh, I'm fucking great, and like everybody likes me. No, because that's not reality. Like,
Everyone hates you.
yeah, everybody hates me. I want to know why.
This is why we need to make a show called Everyone Hates Sam.
We'll have to call it something different.
Why?
Everybody hates Chris.
Hmm?
Everybody hates Chris.
Then we'll go Everyone Loves Sam.
Or just who is Sam?
No, that's too close to
What
what
is
we're
Sam?
naming this show.
That's the whole point.
We gotta go with established titles.
Okay.
For me, I wish everyone would recognize me more for how truthful I am. Hmm?
Do you think that's not something that people do or recognize with you? I feel like you're truthful. It's just like sometimes it's the figuring out if you're being sarcastic or not.
Hmm.
Or if you're doing like a trolling thing, but I feel like you're always kind of, you're always on that line. Like you are just saying shit that you think.
But no, if I were to have people like that, because I'm assuming this is also just people like you when you first meet them or when they first meet me, right?
What's the category? Reflections?
Reflections.
So probably not first meetings.
Okay, so this is just people in general that already know me.
Or I guess maybe reflecting back on first meetings, but yeah, this is, I feel like the purpose of reflecting on something is you already have the knowledge.
Okay. Hmm. Because if it's the people first getting to know me or just any person in general, first meetings would be I'm very easy to talk to. But if it's like people that already know me ish, um, I guess it's still the same. Just I'm more easier to talk to than not, and just instead of having like short conversations that are just quick and easy to respond to, more thought out stuff where it's like, oh, I like this because of da 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 da
Yeah,
da,
a
or
real conversation versus surface level bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be the best answer that I can give for this. Let's see. And last question. God damn it. What do you think people do not recognize about me enough?
About you specifically?
Oh yeah, no, I think it's maybe. I would assume yeah, because now it's recognized about
Yeah.
you, and then this is what do you think? Yeah, so now it's you
Me answering the
saying
question for you.
for me, yeah. What they not recognize about me
Um,
enough?
I mean, as kind of like a cop out answer, like I will 100% agree with that. Where I do think that you're easier to talk to than people would maybe originally assume or think, because I think people would think that you don't want to talk just based off of your like general vibe and behaviors. But
They'd be right. I don't want to talk.
but
I'd be happy to talk.
I feel like that's like the kind of like the thing though, is that I'm like, if you, in terms of like, oh hey, how's your day going? Oh, the weather, blah blah blah, like all this small talk bullshit. If they come at you with some like big idea, you're gonna be like, that was weird, but like I'll talk about that with you.
I'll let you know why it's gonna fail.
Yeah. Or it's like, hey, let's talk about like how the universe works.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm not like a fucking scientist or anything, but like I'll give you my 2 cents on it because you asked me,
Yeah.
right?
It all started when God farted.
Which I think is enough. Um, but yeah, I think definitely that. I need the question again.
I mean, what do you think people do not recognize about me enough? So, for the most part, I think you answered it. Unless you
Okay.
want to go more in depth into
Well,
it.
I'm going to go more in depth about a different angle here.
Okay.
So, in addition to what I said, I do think that you're funnier than you let on, or than what people realize.
Because I let on anytime.
Yeah. So that's. Wait. I can I have the card?
Yes, you can have the card.
I need like I need the words. Yes. So I don't think that people recognize how funny you are initially because
Okay.
of the dryness, right? Because of that. If you want to call it a guard, you can call it a guard. If you want to call it a shell, you can call it a shell. Whatever you would like to call it, whatever that is, that dryness. I definitely think that people
I
don't.
call it the Sahara Desert.
Yeah. So people definitely don't realize how funny you are. And I think that's it for me. Also, there's a sensitivity about you that I think is overlooked, that I don't think a lot of people get access to.
What you talking about?
Well, because even for myself, like I've only feel like I've had maybe like a handful of experiences of like your sensitivity, like emotionally speaking.
Mm.
When like things have happened or and like justified things have happened. It's not like you're like, oh well, like, oh, I got a ticket today and I don't know how to deal with this and I'm falling apart. Like, no, there's like death in the family.
But I was falling apart.
But you
It's
know what I mean?
horrible.
Like there's like real tangible life events that were happening that put you in those states. I'm just saying that I've been privy to
Chester died. God fucking damn
yeah.
Chester.
So some of those like emotional I guess instances that I don't think people would necessarily pin you to, where they're like, oh well, yeah, Joel would be really upset about this thing, because I feel like for most people you are like a flat line. They're just like, no, he's just cool with everything. Everything's good.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't affect me.
Yeah.
Then I have to self-regulate. It's always fun. For you, senor, I think people need to realize that you are also easy to talk to.
Some days.
No, you are super easy to talk to.
It's a circumstantial thing.
No, it's not. You are super easy to talk to. Don't hide behind your I'm an emo.
No,
Get
no.
away from me.
No, it's not that. It's the yeah.
This isn't part of my schedule. Get away.
Yep. Yep.
Nah, even then you're easy to talk to.
Well,
Now,
I think,
will you put enough time into it? No, because you'll probably want to like do whatever it is you're planning on doing.
usually getting out of whatever situation I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm dropping
Still
something off.
easy
I don't want to talk.
to.
Like I've been planning for a half hour about how to drop this box off at UPS. I can't have a conversation on top of that. I just got to drop this thing off. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the thing I think people probably don't recognize enough about you is when you do have the time, you are super easy to talk to. It's like I said, with me is like it's just a conversation. You could probably get away with like little small shit here and there if the person talking to you is probably good at that to keep it going, back and forth. But for the most part, deeper conversation is probably the best way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, my one-on-one conversations borderline like creepy, I think, with a lot of people. Because they're like, I'm not saying anything happened to you, but if anything did happen to you, I want you to know you can talk to me. And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, nothing, it's fine. I'm like, I noticed
who
some sort of
touched you?
yeah, I noticed some sort of connection, so I just assumed that you have obviously been sexually abused. Yeah, no, I did used to talk to people like that. I stopped because I realized, I guess just like trauma in general is not necessarily sexual abuse, so we don't need to keep bringing that up.
I think that about covers all that.
Sick.
Are we on time? Do we need to come up with more bullshit?
No, we're good. Unless you have anything else to say, how are your drinks?
They were drinks.
There you go. Mountain Dew, Baja Blast. They were drinks. Alrighty. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this week. Follow us on social media at Unique Noise on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and YouTube. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment and let us know the thoughts on the quote or any other suggestions you may have. We've been saying this for a while. We will sell ourselves for you, but you do need to give us money. So stop with the suggestions.
The more
Yeah,
that gets paid out, the more Anchor we will share.
Exactly. So if you want to see some shins, you know what to do. Check out our website for merch and other projects like music at uniquenoise.com. Thank you again for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.